My child, breathe. Before the noise of the world begins, before the rush of the day takes hold of your thoughts, I am already here, waiting, watching, whispering. The morning light that touches your window is not just sunlight. It is my voice softly saying, you have been given another chance. Rise with peace. Every sunrise carries a secret message from my heart to yours, a reminder that what felt lost yesterday can be reborn today. I know the weight that you carry, the silent questions that echo in the corners of your heart when no one else can hear. I see the fears that try to claim the first moments of your morning, whispering that nothing will change. But listen to me. The dawn is not only a beginning, it is a command. I spoke light into darkness once, and that same light now rests upon you. Every morning I give you permission to begin again, to speak hope into your day before doubt finds a voice. You were never meant to wake up in fear. You were meant to rise in faith. The stillness before the world awakens is sacred, because that is when heaven leans close to listen. Speak to me there. Don't rush to fill the silence. Let my peace wrap around your thoughts. Let your first words not be worry but gratitude. Say, Lord, thank you for this breath, for this heartbeat, for this chance to try again. Gratitude unlocks the gates that anxiety tries to close. Do not think of this as just another morning. Think of it as a divine appointment, a meeting between your heart and mine. The birds sing not because they have answers, but because they trust that I will provide. You too can trust. What you call ordinary, I call holy. Every sunrise is my promise painted across the sky that even after the longest night, light will always return. When you open your eyes, remember that you are stepping into something sacred. The world will hurry, but I am not in a hurry. Walk with me at my pace. I do not measure you by what you accomplish before noon, but by how much peace you allow to stay in your heart. Every gentle moment, every slow breath that you take in awareness of my presence is worship. You do not need perfect words. I understand the prayers behind your sighs. Let me quiet the storms inside you before the day even begins. You are not behind. You are exactly where I need you to be. I am already ahead of you, preparing opening doors, softening hearts, aligning moments that you cannot yet see. While you slept, heaven was awake, working for your good. So rise slowly today. Let my light find your face. Lift your head not in pride, but in confidence that I am with you. Command your day, not in fear of what might happen, but in faith that I walk beside you. Speak life, speak peace, speak grace, for what you speak shapes what you see. This morning, my beloved, let this truth rest deep within you. You are not forgotten, not invisible, not alone. I am nearer than your breath, stronger than your fear, and more faithful than your doubt. Let this dawn be your reminder. Every sunrise is my way of saying, I still believe in you. My child, now that your heart has begun to rest in my presence, listen closely. For today I want to remind you of something powerful and holy. Your voice carries the sound of creation. Before the world was formed, I spoke, and everything you see came to life. The oceans knew their limits, the stars took their places, and light was born because I said, let there be. That same power, that same breath, that same creative word now lives inside you. When I made you in my image, I gave you not just a body or a mind, but a voice that can shape the day. When you speak words of faith, heaven moves. When you whisper hope, angels listen. The atmosphere around you bends toward what you believe. This is why I tell you, do not let fear speak first. Every morning, the world waits for a voice, and I have chosen yours. You are not a silent witness of life. You are a participant in the divine rhythm of creation. Before your feet touch the ground, speak peace into your day. Say, this is the day the Lord has made. I will walk in strength, in clarity, and in calm. When you do, you open doors that fear cannot close. You command the unseen to align with my purpose. Do not think your words are small. They are keys that open invisible gates. Remember this truth. Silence allows chaos to speak, but faith gives heaven permission to act. If you stay silent, life will shape you by chance. But if you speak in faith, you will shape life by choice. I gave you the authority to command peace, to call blessings into your home, to tell every dark thought. You have no power here. The power of life and death is in the tongue, so choose life again and again. You might not see immediate results, but the moment you speak, I begin to work. Your declarations are not echoes lost in the wind. They are seeds planted in time, and every seed grows when watered with trust. Even when you don't see the fruit yet, trust that roots are forming deep below the surface. Leave your amen in the comments and your like so that your life may be even more blessed. Do not speak from fear, my beloved. Speak from faith. When doubt rises, answer it with my promises. When confusion comes, declare my word. Say, the Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. When you feel weak, say, the joy of the Lord is my strength. These are not just verses. They are your weapons, your keys, your shield. And remember, you are never too small to make a difference. Heaven doesn't respond to volume. It responds to faith. A whisper of belief can silence the loudest storm. I hear every word, every cry, every help me that escapes your lips. Even when you can't find the right words, I understand the language of your heart. So today, speak with purpose, speak with confidence. Don't repeat the words of fear that others speak. Speak my truth, and you will watch how the world changes around you. Your words carry light, and when you release that light, darkness cannot stay. My dear one, use your voice not to complain but to create, not to fear but to bless. Every time you choose to declare hope instead of worry, you shift the atmosphere around you. You draw heaven close. You become the sound of faith in a world full of noise. So now, as you prepare to step into the day, lift your head and open your mouth with courage. Say, Lord, I align my heart with yours. I will speak blessings, not burdens. I will command peace, not panic. I will declare faith, not fear. And as you speak, watch how I answer. Watch how doors begin to open, how heavy things begin to move, how what seemed impossible begins to unfold. Because, my child, I have placed my word in your mouth, and when you speak in faith, heaven listens and moves. Let this truth settle deep inside you. You were never meant to be silent. The sound of your faith carries power. The moment you speak with belief, heaven says, so be it. So go ahead, shape your day with words of life and let heaven echo your faith. My beloved child, there is something I need you to understand before this day unfolds. Every blessing comes with a battle. Every open door comes with resistance. But do not be afraid. What feels like opposition is often confirmation that you are walking in the right direction. The enemy doesn't guard empty places. He guards purpose, promise, and destiny. And you, my child, carry all three within you. When the morning begins, before you even leave your bed, a quiet battle starts. The thoughts that enter your mind, some are from me, and others are whispers from the enemy trying to steal your peace before your feet touch the floor. The battle doesn't always come with noise or chaos. Sometimes it comes as doubt, distraction, or discouragement. That's why I tell you to command your morning, because whoever speaks first sets the direction for the day. You don't fight this battle with fear or strength. You fight it with faith and truth. When darkness tries to speak louder than hope, remind yourself, the Lord is with me. I will not fear. When anxiety tries to control your thoughts, say, peace, be still. And when you feel weak, whisper, God's power is made perfect in my weakness. These words are not just comfort, they are spiritual weapons that move mountains and silence storms. The battle of the day begins in your mind. That's why I call you to guard it. What you let in through your thoughts shapes your emotion, and what you allow to stay shapes your decisions. Fill your thoughts with my promises. Let my truth drown out every lie. When fear says you can't, faith replies, God already did. I know the path before you isn't always easy. There will be moments when you feel surrounded by confusion or delay. But listen closely. The delay is not denial. The waiting is not punishment. Sometimes I slow your steps so that what's ahead will be ready when you arrive. Trust my timing even when it doesn't match your plan. I am not late. I am preparing the miracle. And when resistance rises, don't see it as a sign of failure, but as proof of value. Diamonds are only formed under pressure. Strength grows in struggle. Faith matures when tested. What feels like pressure today is shaping the foundation for your blessing tomorrow. Hold steady, breathe deeply, and remember that you are not fighting alone. I go before you, beside you, and behind you. When Joshua faced the walls of Jericho, they didn't fall because he was strong. They fell because he obeyed. His obedience became his weapon. When David stood before Goliath, it wasn't his stone that won the fight. It was his faith that I was bigger. The same power that brought them victory lives in you. You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. When you speak my word, all of heaven stands behind it. Angels move at the sound of your faith. The atmosphere shifts when you believe instead of fear. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory, because I already won for you. The cross is your guarantee that every battle has an end, and that end is redemption. So today, when you feel weary, whisper my name. When the day feels heavy, lift your eyes. When your heart trembles, remember, I am your peace, your defender, your safe place. Let me fight for you. Just stand firm and believe. And when you see resistance rising, do not panic, prophesy. When you see delay, do not despair, declare. Say, every closed door meant for me will open. Every obstacle standing in my way will fall. Speak with faith, not fear, and watch how I turn pressure into purpose. This morning, my beloved, remember this. The battle you face is not to break you, but to build you. I am teaching your heart to trust deeper, to stand stronger, and to love me more fully. Every test today carries hidden treasure, peace that cannot be stolen, faith that cannot be shaken, and blessings that cannot be denied. So rise, child of light, lift your voice, even trembling, and say, Lord, I trust you in this fight, and heaven will respond. Moving mountains before you, clearing paths behind you, and filling your day with divine strength. The battle may start your morning, but the blessing will finish your day. My beloved child, now that you've learned to face your battles with faith, I want to teach you something that requires even deeper strength, trusting my timing. I know waiting is not easy. I see how your heart grows tired when answers don't come as quickly as you hoped. I hear the questions you don't say out loud. Lord, when? Why not yet? Did you forget me? And I want you to know, no, my child, I have not forgotten you, not for a single moment. Every tear, every sigh, every whispered prayer has been heard and held in my hands. I am never late, even when it feels like I am. My timing is not slow, it is perfect. What you call delay, I call preparation. While you wait, I am aligning things you cannot see. I am moving hearts, shifting circumstances, opening doors, and closing others, all so that when the moment comes, it will be right and it will last. I know you feel ready now, but sometimes your heart still needs softening. Your faith still needs stretching, and your roots still need to grow deeper, because I love you too much to give you something before you're ready to carry it. I would never hand you a blessing that your spirit is not yet strong enough to protect. So when you wait, don't think I'm punishing you. I am preparing you. Do you remember the seed buried in the dark soil? For weeks it sees nothing but darkness. It could easily believe it has been forgotten. But underneath the surface, I am working, nurturing, shaping, and giving it what it needs to break through. The moment it begins to rise, it realizes the darkness was never punishment, it was protection. So it is with you, my child. Every moment of waiting is doing something holy within you. It is shaping your patience, refining your character, deepening your faith. I am teaching you to trust me, not just with what you can see, but with what you can't. Faith is not believing when you understand, it's believing when you don't. There are things you've been praying for, doors you long to walk through, dreams you ache to see fulfilled. And I promise you this, I have heard you. I am not ignoring you. I am preparing something greater than you imagine. You see one moment at a time, but I see your whole life. I know how every chapter connects. I know why some doors must stay closed for now and why some seasons seem longer than others. I am not withholding, I am protecting what's sacred. You see, when blessings come too soon, they can become burdens. But when they come in my time, they bring peace, not pressure. They build, not break. So trust that when I say wait, it's not a no. It's a not yet, but soon. When impatience rises, talk to me. When doubt whispers, maybe it will never happen. Remind your heart God is still working, even when I can't see, because I am, always. While you sleep, I am moving. While you wonder, I am weaving. While you question, I am creating a path you'll one day look back on and say, it had to be this way. Do not rush what I'm still writing. The story I have for you is not random, it is sacred. Every chapter, even the ones that feel unfinished, are full of purpose. You will understand later what you can't understand now. You will see that the waiting was the place where your faith found its voice. And here's my promise. Nothing that belongs to you will ever be lost. If it is meant for you, it will find you. No matter how long it takes, no matter who tries to block it. What I open, no one can close. What I plan, no one can destroy. The waiting is not wasting, it is working for your good. So breathe. Stop trying to force what I'm already forming. Rest in me. Let your heart be still. My timing is not meant to frustrate you, but to fulfill you. You are not behind. You are exactly where you should be, in the hands of a God who is never too early and never too late. When the moment arrives, it will be so right, so peaceful, so beautifully aligned that you will understand. The wait was worth it. The time I took was love disguised as patience. So today, trust me a little more. Lay down the clock in your heart and let my peace be your rhythm. What you think is slow is sacred, and when it happens, when the breakthrough comes, you will see that every second of waiting was a seed growing in faith. Hold on, my child. I'm coming through, not in your time, but in mine, and mine is perfect. Leave your amen in the comments and your like so that your life may be even more blessed. My precious child, now that you've learned to trust my timing, I want to lead you into something even more freeing, the gentle art of surrender. You see, surrender is not giving up, it is giving over. It is the moment you stop fighting the waves and learn to float in my current of love. I know how hard that can be for you. You've been taught to stay strong, to keep control, to always find a way to fix things on your own. But true strength, the kind that brings peace and clarity, comes when you let go of control and trust me to hold you. When you surrender, you're not losing power, you're gaining peace. You're not failing, you're finally resting, because I never asked you to carry everything alone. I didn't design your shoulders to hold the weight of the world. I designed your heart to trust the one who does. My beloved, there are things in your life that you've been gripping tightly. Dreams, relationships, answers, fears, and the harder you hold them, the heavier they become. I see your tired hands, your restless thoughts, your racing heart, and I whisper to you now, you can release it. You are safe to let go. Surrender doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying what was never meant to be carried by you. It's choosing to believe that I know what's best, even when you don't understand. It's saying, Lord, I give you this situation. I give you this person. I give you this pain. And when you do, something sacred happens. Peace starts to breathe again inside your soul. I know letting go feels risky. You wonder, what if I lose it? What if things fall apart? But my child, what if by holding on you are blocking what I am trying to bring? What if your grip is keeping you from receiving something better? See, sometimes I have to empty your hands before I can fill them again. There are blessings waiting for you on the other side of surrender, doors that only open when your hands are free. When you stop forcing what's not working, I can begin forming what will. When you stop trying to control, I can begin to create. When you step back, I can step in. Do you remember how the seed must fall into the ground before it can grow? That moment looks like loss, but it's actually transformation. The same is true for you. When you release something to me, a plan, a worry, a dream, it doesn't die, it's planted. And I promise what is planted in faith will always rise in glory. So today, my dear one, I invite you to take a deep breath and surrender. Gently, quietly, completely. Whisper, Lord, I release this to you. Say it again if your heart trembles. Say it again until your soul starts to rest. You are not alone in the letting go. I am right here, holding the space between what was and what will be. Stop trying to understand every detail. You don't need to. Just know that I am already there. In the future you worry about, in the unknown you fear, I have gone ahead of you. And when you release your plans into my hands, I give them shape, purpose, and beauty far beyond what you could design. There is a peace that can only be found in surrender. It is the peace that whispers, I don't need to have it all figured out, because I trust the one who does. It's a stillness that replaces anxiety with calm, fear with faith, chaos with clarity. Let go, my child. Release your grip, not in defeat, but in trust. Lay down the weight you've carried for too long. Hand it to me. Every fear, every burden, every hidden ache. You are not meant to solve everything. You are meant to stay close to me while I do. When you surrender, you make room for miracles. You create space for grace. You allow my love to flow freely through your heart, healing what you didn't even realize was broken. And one day soon you'll look back and say, I didn't lose anything by letting go. I gained everything, because surrender doesn't end your story. It begins the chapter where peace finally enters. So breathe again, my beloved. Rest your weary hands. The battle is mine now. You have done enough. Be still and know that I am God, and that I'm taking care of you. My precious child, even after you've learned to trust my timing and surrender what you cannot control, there will still be moments when fear tries to visit your heart. It comes quietly at first, a thought, a feeling, a whisper that tells you, what if everything goes wrong? Fear loves to arrive early in the morning and late at night when the world feels quiet and you feel alone. But remember this, fear may knock, but it does not have permission to stay. I did not create you to live in fear. I did not breathe life into you so you could spend your days worrying about what might happen. Fear is not your companion, faith is. And while fear shouts, faith whispers truth. Fear says you can't, but faith answers, with God all things are possible. Fear says, you are alone, but faith replies, God is with me wherever I go. When fear rises inside you, my child, don't fight it with your strength. Face it with my word. Speak my truth out loud. Speak peace into your mind. When you declare my promises, you silence the lies. Because fear loses its power when you start speaking faith. The enemy cannot stand where praise exists. Remember this, fear feeds on what you imagine, but faith feeds on what you know. And you know that I am faithful. You know that I have carried you through every storm so far. You know that even when you thought it was over, I made a way. Look back at how far you've come. That's proof that fear never had the final word. There will be days when fear feels heavy, when your chest tightens and your thoughts race. In those moments, don't run away from me, run toward me. Close your eyes and whisper, God, I am scared, but I trust you. That's enough. You don't need a perfect prayer. You just need a willing heart. Even your trembling faith is stronger than fear because I stand behind it. Do you remember when the storm surrounded my disciples? The winds roared, the waves crashed, and fear filled the boat. But then I stood and said, peace, be still. In that moment, the storm obeyed. The same voice that calmed the sea still speaks peace over your heart today. I am not distant in your storm. I am inside it with you, steadying your soul. Fear tries to convince you that it's in control. It makes you imagine the worst and forget that I'm bigger. But listen to me, there is no fear that can overpower my presence. When I walk into a room, fear has to leave. When you call my name, darkness has to fade. My love is not just greater than fear. It completely removes it. For perfect love drives out all fear, and my love for you is perfect, constant, unbreakable. So when fear tries to speak louder than faith, let faith speak back. Say out loud, I will not be afraid. God is my refuge and my strength. These words are not just hope, they are authority. Heaven moves when you declare them. Fear loses its voice when you remember who you are and who I am. And my child, you are not weak for feeling afraid. Even the strongest hearts tremble sometimes. But courage is not the absence of fear. It is the choice to trust me in spite of it. When you choose faith, even with shaking hands, you make the enemy tremble instead. Because faith is not loud, but it is powerful. There will be nights when fear sits beside you, whispering lies. When that happens, turn your thoughts toward gratitude. Thank me for what I have already done. Thank me for the breath in your lungs, the roof above you, the love I've placed in your life. Gratitude turns fear into peace, because it reminds your heart that I am still in control. Let my words be louder than your worries. Let my promises drown out the panic. You don't need to know what will happen, you just need to know that whatever happens, I will still be there. I will walk beside you through the fire, through the storm, through the unknown. You will not break. You will rise. So today, whenever fear tries to take space in your mind, take a deep breath and invite faith to sit there instead. Say, Lord, I choose to believe. Even when I don't see it, even when I don't feel it. I know you are working, and you will feel peace slowly return, not because everything changed, but because you remembered that I never left. My child, fear will come and go, but my love remains. Let it anchor you, let it hold you steady. When fear tries to speak louder than faith, lift your head, speak my name, and let faith roar back. My God is greater. My beloved child, now that you have learned to silence fear and rest in faith, it is time to go deeper into the quiet places of your heart that you rarely visit, the ones you hide even from yourself. I want to talk about the wounds you don't speak of, the ones that ache when the world grows quiet, the ones you've tried to bury beneath smiles, work, or strength. I see them, I have always seen them, and I have never turned away. You don't have to pretend before me. You don't have to hide your pain behind the mask of I'm fine. I know the weight you carry in secret, the disappointments that still whisper, the betrayals that cut deep, the losses that never fully healed. My child, you have walked through storms that others never saw. You have cried tears that no one else noticed, but every tear that fell was collected by me. Every scar you carry is written in my heart. Sometimes you think that if you ignore the pain long enough, it will fade away. But buried pain doesn't disappear. It grows roots. And those roots, if not healed, begin to twist around your joy and your peace. That's why I'm gently calling you now. Bring it to me. Don't push it away. Don't fear the process. Healing doesn't happen by hiding. It happens by opening. Let me into the places that hurt. Let me touch the memories you've locked away. I will not shame you. I will not rush you. I will hold you. Healing is not punishment. It is love in motion. When I touch your pain, it is not to remind you of your weakness, but to remind you that you were never alone in it. Every moment you felt abandoned, I was there, quiet, patient, waiting for the day you'd let me in. There are wounds that time cannot heal, but I can. There are pains that no words can fix, but my presence can soothe. You don't have to understand how healing happens. You only need to let it begin. Whisper, Lord, I give you this pain. That's enough. You don't need to explain it. I already know. When you open your heart, even just a little, my light enters. And light has only one job: to heal what darkness has tried to claim. Do not be afraid to cry. Your tears are not weakness. They are release. Let them fall in my presence. Let them wash the weight off your soul. I'm not disappointed in your brokenness. I am drawn to it. I am the healer who meets you where you bleed, not where you pretend to be, okay? You see, my love is not afraid of your pain. I don't love you less because you're hurting. I love you more deeply in those moments because I see the courage it takes to keep believing. When your heart breaks, I don't step back. I come closer. I wrap my presence around the pieces and begin the slow, holy work of making you whole again. You may not notice it at first, but every time you pray, Lord, help me, a small piece of your heart begins to heal. Every time you forgive someone who hurt you, another piece is restored. Every time you choose to hope again, even when it hurts, a part of you becomes stronger than before. Healing isn't sudden, it's sacred. It happens one breath, one tear, one prayer at a time. There will be days when you feel like you're going backward, when old pain resurfaces and you wonder if you've really healed at all, but even that is part of the process. Healing isn't about forgetting. It's about learning to remember without being broken by it. It's about walking with your scars and still smiling, because, they no longer define you. They remind you that you survived. Let me remind you now, what hurt you will not destroy you. What broke you will not define your future. What you lost will not be the end of your story. I am turning your pain into wisdom, your wounds into strength, your tears into testimony. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Even your heartbreak carries a purpose. So today, let your heart rest. Stop trying to be unbreakable. I never asked you to be. Be real. Be honest. Be open. I can handle your pain, every part of it. And I promise you this, one day, you will look back and realize that the very pain that almost ended you became the soil where new life began. I am healing you even now. Not because you earned it, but because I love you. My love will find its way into every broken corner until peace fills every space where pain once lived. So breathe, my child. You are healing slowly, gently, completely. The wounds you don't talk about are the very places where I am writing a new beginning. My beloved child, now that your heart has begun to heal, I want to take you somewhere even deeper into the truth of who you are. You have carried the weight of how others see you for too long. You've let their words, their silence, and their judgments shape how you see yourself. But today I want you to see yourself through my eyes, not the eyes of a world that often forgets what love really means. You are not what happened to you. You are not your mistakes, your past, or your pain. You are not the words that were spoken in anger, nor the moments that made you feel small. You are my creation, carefully formed, deeply known, and endlessly loved. When I look at you, I don't see failure. I see a masterpiece still in progress. I see strength growing where you once saw weakness. I see beauty being born out of brokenness. You look in the mirror and sometimes only see the cracks, the flaws, the not enough. But I see the reflection of my image. You were made in my likeness, not in perfection of appearance, but in the perfection of purpose. You are the breath of heaven wrapped in human form. You are light in a world that desperately needs it. You are seen, chosen, and called, not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. I know there are moments when you compare yourself to others, their lives, their success, their strength. You wonder why your path seems slower or harder. But remember this, my child, I did not create you to be a copy of anyone else. I made you uniquely, intentionally, divinely. The rhythm of your journey is different because your story carries a sound that only you can sing. When I formed you, I placed gifts in you that the world has never seen before. You may not recognize them yet, but they are there, waiting for faith to wake them. Stop calling yourself unworthy when I have already called you chosen. Stop labeling yourself as broken when I call you beloved. Stop chasing approval when you already have mine. You think your weaknesses make you less, but in my eyes, they make you beautiful. Because it's in the places where you feel unworthy that my grace shines brightest. It's in your humility that my strength finds room to grow. You see imperfections. I see possibility. You see scars. I see stories of survival. You see limits. I see the very stage for miracles. When I look at you, I see the child I've walked with through every valley. I see the moments you didn't think you could go on, yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still reaching. That is strength. That is beauty. That is faith alive inside you. I know there are voices in your mind that still say you're not enough, you've failed too many times, you don't deserve peace. But those voices are not mine. I never speak in shame. I never use guilt as a weapon. When I speak, it sounds like love, steady, kind, and full of mercy. My voice does not tear down, it builds. It does not wound, it heals. And so the next time you hear words of self-doubt, pause and ask, who told me that? Because I never did. I've never called you worthless. I've never called you weak. Every name I have for you carries hope. Beloved, redeemed, chosen, enough, mine. Learn to speak about yourself the way I speak about you. Replace the language of fear with the language of faith. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am loved by God. I am growing. I am becoming. I am not defined by yesterday. Those words are not arrogance. They are alignment with truth. When you see yourself through my eyes, you stop living for approval and start living from acceptance. You stop chasing worth and start walking in it. You realize that nothing you've done and nothing you will ever do can make me love you more or less. My love is not earned. It's given. It's constant, steady, eternal. You are my creation, and I don't make mistakes. Every detail of you is chosen on purpose. Your heart, your personality, your story, even the parts you wish were different have meaning in my design. They fit into a plan that is greater than you can see. So today, lift your head. Let my light touch your reflection. When you look at yourself, don't see what's missing, see what's possible. Don't see what others criticized, see what I crafted. Let your heart rest in this truth. You are seen, known, and deeply loved just as you are. You don't have to prove anything to me. You don't have to earn my love or chase my approval. You already have it. When I look at you, I see my child, radiant, forgiven, becoming. So stand tall, my beloved. Walk gently in the grace I've given you. See yourself through my eyes, and you will finally see what I've seen all along. You are enough, because I am within you. My beloved child, now that you've begun to see yourself through my eyes, I want to teach you something that will bring rest to your soul, how to walk in purpose, not pressure. You live in a world that moves fast. Everyone is rushing, chasing, proving, comparing. You feel it too. That quiet pull that tells you you're falling behind, that you need to do more, achieve more, become more. But my child, hear me clearly. I never created you to live under pressure. I created you to walk in purpose. And there's a world of difference between the two. Pressure says you are not doing enough. Purpose says you are exactly where you need to be. Pressure says hurry or you'll miss it. Purpose says be still and I'll lead you. Pressure makes you chase the approval of others. Purpose reminds you that you already have mine. When you live under pressure, you forget that you are a child, not an employee. I am not a boss watching your performance. I am a father guiding your steps. You don't have to earn my favor, you already carry it. You don't have to run to prove your worth, you walk in it every day. I know there are moments when you feel the weight of expectations from the world, from others, even from yourself. You carry invisible burdens that whisper, you should be further by now. You should have done more. But my beloved, purpose is not measured by speed. It is measured by obedience. I am not asking you to move faster. I am asking you to move faithfully. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is slow down. Breathe. Remember that I am God, not your schedule. You don't need to have everything figured out to walk in my will. You just need to take one step at a time, trusting that I am guiding each one. Purpose is not a destination. It's a daily walk, one where peace leads and love follows. Look at the trees I made. They don't rush to grow. They simply stay rooted in the soil and I do the rest. You too must stay rooted in me. Let my word be your ground, my peace your rhythm, my love your direction. Growth will come naturally when you rest in my timing. When you live by pressure, you measure your worth by results. But when you live by purpose, you measure it by relationship, by how close you are to me, by how much love you carry, by how you reflect my light in small, quiet moments that no one else may see. Do not believe the lie that your purpose is something distant, something you must chase. Your purpose is already here. It's in the way you love, forgive, give, and stand in faith when it's hard. It's in every gentle act of kindness, every prayer whispered in secret, every moment you choose peace instead of pride. My plan for your life is not hidden from you. It's unfolding through you. You don't have to force doors open. I open them when it's time. You don't have to beg for opportunities. I create them when your heart is ready. Purpose isn't about striving, it's about surrendering to the flow of my will. And here's the truth you must hold close. You cannot miss what I've written for you. The world might try to rush you, but heaven is never in a hurry. What is meant for you will always wait for you. You won't lose it because you were late, and you won't break it because you're tired. I am guarding your destiny until you're strong enough to hold it. So stop running from pressure and start walking in peace. Stop striving for perfection and start walking in presence. Don't measure yourself by the pace of others. Measure yourself by the peace in your spirit. If you have peace, you're in the right place. You are not behind, you are becoming. You are not lost, you are being led. You are not failing, you are learning. I am shaping you into someone who carries purpose effortlessly because it flows from who you are, not what you do. When you walk with me, every step matters, even the slow ones, even the pauses have purpose. Every detour hides a lesson. Every delay builds faith. You may not understand the route, but I promise the destination will make sense one day. So today, release the pressure to be perfect. Let go of the need to please everyone. You were never called to be everything to everyone. You were called to be fully mine. When you walk in that truth, peace becomes your rhythm, and joy becomes your strength. Walk in purpose, my beloved. Walk slowly, gently, confidently. The world runs on pressure, but my kingdom moves by peace. And wherever you go today, remember this. You are not being pushed by fear. You are being led by love. My beloved child, as you have walked through every part of this journey through faith, trust, surrender, healing, and purpose, now I want you to rest in this truth. Every day with me is a new beginning. No matter what has happened, no matter how heavy yesterday felt, this morning carries a promise written by my own hand. You can begin again. My mercy is new with the sunrise. My grace is fresh like the morning air. You don't have to carry yesterday's pain into today's peace. You don't have to keep replaying old memories when I'm ready to write something new. I know how hard it is to let go of the past. You remember every failure, every regret, every word you wish you could take back. But listen to me, my child, you are not defined by what's behind you. You are defined by who walks beside you. I am the God of renewal, and I specialize in turning endings into beginnings. The story you thought was over is only a chapter in a greater book I am still writing. Every sunrise is my gentle reminder that nothing is too lost for me to restore. The night cannot cancel what I have planned for your morning. The darkness that tried to break you only made you stronger for what's next. You may have walked through seasons of loss, loneliness, and disappointment, but I have been weaving beauty through every thread of it. The past is not your prison, it is your preparation. Every mistake taught you something sacred. Every heartbreak softened your heart to love deeper. Every delay trained your soul to wait with faith. You thought you were being held back, but you were being built up. You thought you were being forgotten, but you were being formed. You see, I never waste pain. I turn ashes into beauty, fear into courage, endings into new beginnings. The same God who painted light into the darkness of creation still speaks into the darkness of your life today. I am saying to you now, let there be light again. Let there be laughter again. Let there be peace again. Let there be hope again. Do not fear starting over. You are not starting from nothing. You are starting from experience, from strength, from grace. The lessons you learned in the valley will guide you on the mountain. The tears you shed in the night will water the seeds of your new season. Nothing is lost when it's placed in my hands. I know there are still scars that make you hesitate to move forward. I know how hard it is to trust again after being broken. But remember this, even my son carried scars after the resurrection, and yet those scars became proof of victory, not of defeat. Your scars, too, will one day tell a story of survival, of redemption, of love that did not give up. Let today be the moment you stop living as a prisoner of yesterday. Let forgiveness open the door. Forgive yourself for the times you fell. Forgive others for the pain they caused. Forgiveness is not approval of what happened. It's freedom from what's holding you. I am not asking you to erase the past. I am asking you to release its power over you. When you let go, you make space for the new. And I have new things waiting for you. New peace, new opportunities, new people, new dreams. You will walk into places that once felt impossible. You will see doors open that no one can close. You will feel joy again, not the fragile kind that depends on circumstances, but the steady joy that comes from knowing I am in control. The world may still look uncertain, but your path is secure. I am already in your future, clearing the way, making every crooked path straight. You don't need to see the whole map. You only need to take the next step. And when you do, you will find me there, waiting, guiding, loving you forward. So breathe deeply, my child. Let go of the weight of the past and step into the grace of now. I am doing something new even if you can't see it yet. Like the dawn that slowly paints the sky, my work in your life is unfolding quietly but powerfully. One day you will look back and realize that everything changed, not all at once, but moment by moment, prayer by prayer, sunrise by sunrise. This is your new beginning. You don't have to earn it. You only have to receive it. Open your hands, open your heart, and whisper, Lord, I'm ready. Ready to live again, to hope again, to love again. Ready to believe that the best is not behind you, it's ahead. And as you step into this new season, remember, I am with you in every sunrise, in every shadow, in every step. You are never walking alone. I am your beginning, your middle, and your end. You are held in hands that never let go, and loved with a love that never ends. So rise, my beloved, this is the day I have made for you. Walk in it with peace, with courage, with joy. Your new beginning has already begun. Leave your amen in the comments and your like so that your life may be even more blessed.